live. Hey guys, for those people who haven't met me before, my name is Kevin Grundy. I'm a registered medical herbalist. I'm a member of the New Zealand Association of Medical Herbalists and a member of the American Herbalists Guild. I specialise in Western herbal medicine and on natural and nutritional health. I'm a Youngevity 3-star executive and I'm an independent distributor, which means I do not work directly for corporate. I'm just a general member of the public who saw many miracles happen by using some simple 90 for life strategies of Dr. Wallach, and miracles happened. And later on in years, when I went back to med school to learn a lot more about how the body worked, it just reassured me what Dr. Wallach had taught us, that the body has these mechanisms to help self-heal. So today we're going to talk about hormonal support for women and how we're going to have 90 for life plus the 90 essential, the Youngevity essential oils. So over the next coming couple of months, in 6 months, we're going to start doing talks with an aromatherapy content to it. And so that's going to dictate which each topic will be. And so this month's topic is women's health, and next month's topic is men's health, and so on. And so every month I'll do an intro on the 90 for life and how you would use 90 for life in that health-related topic, in this case, women's health. And then we've got a panel of very bright Youngevity people who love the essential oils. We have Sally, Sam, and Karen. They're going to share their information and their experience on using essential oils. And so that'll follow each of my talks. Then after they've spoken, we'll do some Q&A. So this is our first time today, so hopefully it will go okay, and it'll be what it will be, won't it? So let's just get started. So hormonal support for women. Yay. It's like walking that tightrope. The balance, isn't it, between lifestyle and activity and food we eat and just so many other aspects of life. It's just, we've got to balance things. And so we work with the 90 for life package or the 90 for life philosophy or protocols. And that is that we work with the 4 systems that our body has, the 4 categories. We also then work with the dosing and using the correct category, pack for that category. And then, of course, most importantly, or equally importantly, is we need to clean up that diet. This in itself will start to balance hormones. This is the beginning place. There's no point going down hormone treatment or hormone therapy or some form of hormone recovery program if you do not get the basics right. All you're going to do is keep getting what you've got, which is problems. And so we need to start from that very beginning. And that's we identify the issues, we work with those issues first, and then we clean up the diet and we go forward. So we identify the categories, and we teach this early in the piece with Youngevity. There's really only 4 categories within our system: hard tissue, soft tissue, blood sugars, and digestion. And they all have an impact on our body and our hormones, and how our body interacts with other aspects of our body. So we need to identify the proper category that we're going forward. And so today we're identifying 2 categories. We're going to have the soft tissue because we're going to deal with women's health, and we're going to deal with digestion because that's always the key importance. So we start with digestion and then move to soft tissue. Many cases, blood sugars may be involved. If there's an imbalance of blood sugars or an inadequate intake of vanadium and chromium, so you could have a blood sugar imbalance, which could be causing issues. So we identify the category and we work forward, but we always start in digestion. So the 4 categories of health, we choose the right category. In this case, it's going to be, we'll start with the soft tissue. So it's the healthy brain and heart, extra selenium, and extra EFAs. EFAs are very important. And when you start to see the overlapping health challenges and why they just represent a health category, it's because things like essential fatty acids, they're involved in many aspects, the nervous system. And in this case, they're involved with hormones and making cholesterol and making healthy cholesterol so the body can turn those into good hormones. And importantly, we need to clean up the diet. If we keep adding fuel to the fire, you'll never put it out. If on one hand you're putting fuel in, and on the other hand you're trying to put the fire out by eating good and eating green foods, and you've got organic, but if you're still eating foods that create inflammation, like the glutens and the dairy, you're never going to afford with your health. We need, sorry about that. So we start with the digestion. If we don't start with the digestion, then we just can't go forward. If we don't reduce that inflammation, if we don't repair the damaged tissue, if we don't encourage good mucus, we're not going to go forward. So this is why we need to start here, getting rid of those meats with nitrates. They're the ones doing the damage. Remember, we're a big bug. We're a big bacteria system living in harmony. So when you start throwing killers like nitrates and pesticides, of course we're going to see a lot of imbalance. So we need to clean up the diet. So where do we start? We start with this Healthy Start Pack. Dr. Wallach produced this a long time ago now, and it's the beginning with everything. This is where every health challenge we have, this is where we start. We go forward with a Healthy Start Pack, and then we go beyond the Healthy Start Pack either by introducing more to get your therapeutic level, or you're going to start taking some of the Proline to complement some of the other health challenges you're dealing with, or you'll find some other track you'll go with Youngevity. So today it's with supporting soft tissue because we're dealing with hormones. And so one of Youngevity's products is the Xerofem. It's a great product for helping with women's issues, which we'll talk about soon. We need to work with this liver. The liver plays a huge role in hormonal effects in the body. So we need to have a good functioning liver. And the problem is, generally, that is the biggest issue. Most people have a dysfunctional liver. If it's a guy, they've probably got an extremely fatty liver. Ladies tend to have a lot more going on with the chemical breakdown of their liver, how it's breaking stuff down, especially the hormones. If the hormones don't get down properly, they re-enter the system. And when they re-enter the system, they compound the problem, and extra hormones when the hormones aren't required. And so, yes, so we've got to work heavily with the liver. And again, that's where the BTT comes in on its own as well. Very high antioxidant with its B vitamins, etc. Of course, the pollen burst. And then if you had a prostate problem, you'd go to Prostate, but that's another talk. Some hormonal support for women again. So as women grow older, they require specific nutrients. And unfortunately, women have resorted to consuming unnatural types of hormone or hormone replacement supplements or some form of hormone treatment to try and get themselves back in balance. And of course, these are doing more harm than good. Mother Nature developed a system for us. It gave us a whole medicine cabinet out in our wilderness. So all we need to do is start to give it more natural nutrients, and we can start to help a natural balance. The hormones have a profound effect on your body's ability for mental stress, physical stress, those emotional problems. So these they're chemical messengers. So these are a chemical reaction from one chemical to another that play a role in sending signals, and these signals tell the body whether it's going to be any mood or any weight change, and so it triggers certain other aspects to make other decisions. So these little messengers are very important, and a lot of these messengers come in the forms of hormones. But fortunately, a nutritional diet and other healthy lifestyle behaviours can improve a healthy hormone. Okay, and it helps you feel a lot better too. There's some natural ways to balance hormones. Eat plenty of protein. Protein in every meal if you can. Protein turns into an amino acid, and we live on amino acids. It is certainly one of our building blocks. Consuming an adequate amount of protein is extremely important. Dietary protein provides essential amino acids that the body can't make on its own and must be consumed every day in order to maintain muscle, bone, skin health, and of course it influences the release of hormones that control appetite. And so it's when we see, oh, I feel hungry, you look in the fridge, I want more, we have an imbalance. It's not the fact that you're hungry and your stomach's empty, just that you don't know you're empty. These little messages aren't working properly. For regular exercise, helps keep that circulation going. And so it can strongly influence the hormonal of health by reducing the insulin levels and increasing insulin sensitivity. What happens is that over periods of time, the sensitivity to insulin just drops. We get inert to it. We get sugars, and we no longer do what we're supposed to do when our body is confronted with these sugars or high carbohydrates. And so exercise also helps strengthen things and gets things working and gets the hormones working around your body. It helps protect the muscles and it helps the anti-aging process. So exercise is very important in any health regime. Even if it's just 10 minutes a day, 15 minutes a day, just getting that cardio. If you like walking, gardening, getting out doing stuff, exercise is extremely important. 3, avoid sugars and refined carbohydrates. These put a heavy load. These put a load on your sugars. You're balancing your blood sugars. You need those extra vanadium and chromium to help with that balancing. It loads your immune system and suppresses your immune system for quite a period of time after consumption. And so high consumptions have been shown to drive insulin resistance. And so this is where we start seeing these young people who drink coffee and not so much coffee, Coca-Cola, and that they start to become insulin resistant. Their body is producing insulin when it's not supposed to be, and then it produces it when it's supposed to be. And so it gets all out of balance. And so reducing sugars is going to play a major role in helping balance these insulin levels. Learn to manage stress. Stress plays a huge role in hormones. Because remember, we're talking about messaging signals, messages here, or messaging signalers. And they're the ones that when they get out of balance, they can't send the signal to the right place. And when the body is out of balance, of course, the body starts to try and send all this information through, and it can't happen. And so stress releases other chemicals which interfere with these messengers. And it also weakens and plays havoc on these hormones, which 2 major hormones that it plays havoc on is your cortisol and your adrenals. And these are your fight or flight. These are the things that sort of get you up and get you ready to go, but we don't do that today. We don't have lions and tigers and elephants chasing after us. All we have is debt collectors and the doctors and mortgage brokers all chasing, wanting their money. Okay, so that's the fright we get today, and we don't get a chance to run away. So we turn all that energy into anxiety, and so we don't get to control it like we used to. And these are your hormones out of balance. We should be able to adapt fast if our hormones were balanced properly. So we need to manage stress and keep all that under control. And we can do things to manage stress by meditation, massage, listening to music, just go into a really nice place just to chill out, unwind, and just take your mind off it. Just de-stress, as we say. So obviously consuming healthy fats. Healthy fats goes without saying. Omega-3s, but getting rid of dietary bad fats, those unhealthy trans fats, those fish and chips, those cooked high temperature fats. They all play a major role in disrupting hormone levels. Remember, hormones come from cholesterol, so when we're playing with fats, we're playing around with cholesterol, and we need a good balanced cholesterol. We don't want it too high, we don't want it too low either. So this whole myth about reducing your cholesterol level is just exactly that. It's a myth. There's no science to support it. To the contrary, there's so much science now which shows that it's a bad idea to reduce your cholesterol. Cholesterol is involved in hormone making, among many other things. It protects the nervous system. Our brain is made up of cholesterol. It's very important. So we do not wish to reduce our cholesterol, because in doing so, anybody who's on a statin drug or any cholesterol-lowering medication, one of the things that will be disrupted is their hormones. The libido will drop. The libido drive will disappear. Okay, so we need good hormone balance for that, and that comes from fats. overeating, or under-eating. Too much eating can result in the shift in weight, leads to weight problems. Overeating can increase insulin levels and reduce insulin sensitivity. Where on the other hand, cutting back on your calories too much can increase levels of stress hormones, the cortisol, I can't even pronounce that one today, cortisol. And this particular stress hormone is known for evaluating weight gain and promoting weight gain. So the idea is to sort of eat within your weight area. And so if you're a big person, obviously you can eat more than, say, a small person. If you're a tiny person, obviously you're not going to eat the same as somebody who is 150 kgs. And we see that in the same comparison with a child. You know, a child of 22 kgs is not going to eat the same food as an adult at 122 kgs. So, you know, we need to eat according to our size and our activity. If we're not a high energy person, then we're not going to need a high energy food, so we eat accordingly. Green tea. Green tea has amazing health benefits today. It's probably one of the healthiest beverages around. It's linked into increasing that sensitivity to the insulin, helping lower levels of insulin. And so when people have overweight issues, it's a really good balancer. When we're dealing with pathogens and when we're dealing with bugs in our system, green tea, the tannins in green tea help lift these bugs because they live under a biofilm, helps release them from our intestinal walls, and so allows our killing mechanism to start working. The green tea has so many health benefits, not just to do with hormones. And again, eating fatty fish often. And we know the advantages of omega-3. Omega-3, Dr. Wallach has proven this in a federal court in the States, the importance of omega-3 with your heart and cardio issues. But it also, as we talked about earlier, it's also involved with your hormone making. And there's a lot of research now on essential fatty acids, how it lowers some of the hormone that are made by our body. Also increases the sensitivity and decreases the level required. And so essential fatty acids, those are fish oils, those omega-3, 6s and 9s, especially 3s, are very important. And the best form is fish, because fish doesn't need to be broken down into other particles or other molecules before they become useful in the body. Where plant-based oils, they need to be broken down first using an array of cofactors, vitamins and minerals, before they become useful and be more useful in the body. Getting good enough sleep. Sleep is very important in our quality of our health. It is where the body rebuilds. It regenerates a lot of our tissue, a lot of our muscle healing happens when we're asleep. We just re-energize. So no matter how much nutrition you have, no matter how good your diet is, if you don't get a good enough sleep, it's going to have a major impact on your health. And of course, poor sleep has been linked to imbalances of many hormonal issues. So yes, it's a no-brainer. Good sleep, good health, or better health. And stay away from sugary beverages. We talked about this earlier. You know, they're unhealthy, they're unneeded. They're just purely a need for a want for a taste. They don't tend to have too much requirements as health. Yes, we need the sugar, but we don't need that sugary flavour. We definitely don't need high sugar content. Consuming high fibre diet, so we need to keep these fibres high, and we get good fibres from your foods, from your fruits and vegetables. They're the best form of fibre. Fibre collects all the rubbish that the liver breaks down. As it goes through the digestion, it clings to the fibre and passes the rubbish through the system. Fibre is also involved in feeding bacteria. All the bacteria, good bacteria and bad bacteria alike, all thrive on fibre. It is part of their food. So we need good fibre. Of course, studies have found that increased insulin sensitivities and stimulation production of hormones from eating good quality fibre. Eggs. We talked about this at the very beginning. Protein, so we thought might as well end on protein. Eggs will be one of the perfect proteins. It's a very clean cholesterol as well. So it's helping with the cholesterol, it's helping with the protein, so it's helping a good all-rounder. As Ben Fuchs would say, it is the perfect form of protein. Okay, so some natural ways to balance your health. Of course, the bottom line really is your hormones are involved in every aspect of your health. You need them in very specific amounts for your body to function properly. Hormone imbalances may increase the risk of course, all those awful diseases we can get, of these heart disease and health problems, diabetes, just all of the health issues we see today. We flog them off as growing old, but really it could be driven by an imbalance of hormones. Youngevity has the answers to this. We have, of course, you start with the Healthy 90 for Life pack or the Healthy Start pack, and then we go forward. We're working with the soft tissue, so that's the Healthy Brain and Heart pack. We're going forward from the Healthy Brain and Heart pack, and we can add things like the Xerafem. The Xerafem is a good all-round hormone balancer for women. It comes under the category of soft tissue, so when you wanted to know when you're using it, you'd be using it under the category of soft tissue. It's a supply of good quality nutrients. These nutrients are delivered in a biolayer technology, so as they're dissolving through the digestion system, they target different pathways. Helps with that anti-aging effect and with the antioxidant levels. It protects that cell. It has immortalium in it, and it's also got frucordian and that telomere support. And so we're working at that cellular level. It's not just about balancing a hormone here. It's about balancing cellular level, balancing at a cellular level. So at cellular manufacturing or at cellular division, when they start to multiply and grow into whatever they're going to grow into, they can do it healthily. There's the word healthily. Of course, it also has some great herbs like Damiana and Maca, and these herbs are specific for helping with women's issues and helping balance hormones. And of course, there's a blend of whole foods in there, like our Beyond Tangy Tangerine. The foods are blended and added, just like the Beyond Tangy Tangerine. And the vitamins in here are made exactly the same as the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, so they're grown and not manufactured in a lab. So all the vitamins in here are grown the same as the Beyond Tangy Tangerine. Of course, it has the flaxseed. So Xerafem is an all-new approach to female estrogen and hormone balancing. Xerafem naturally rejuvenates the tissues and systems that are responsible for hormone production and promotes better health and hormone productivity activity. The Xerafem tablets supply all natural high-quality vitamins, minerals, and biotonics that help promote better health and hormone production for women. This is a natural approach to balancing. It also does not contain hormones. Even though it's about balancing hormones, there is no hormones effect in this at all, other than we balance the system. It is vegan friendly. It is gluten free. Okay, so it has all the niceties we could like to see with a product. So just going through this, a rich array of ingredients, and there is a really good array. All the vitamins, immortalium, your blends. So just look at a few of them. So you've got a really good array of extra vitamin A, C, E, more niacin, because niacin opens capillaries. When capillaries open, more blood flows. When more blood flow, more oxygen gets to where it needs to go. More oxygen, more food. See how that works? The niacin is our friend, which is why we use it in a cardio pack or anything to do where we need to get blood flowing. And yes, a hormone is another area that we need to get blood flowing. So calcium, we need a little bit more calcium, magnesium, zinc, good healer, and there's that beautiful herb, maca. And of course, this product comes combined with the Immortalium. And so that's the Immortalium Youth Complex that Youngevity produced. So it's designed to help protect telomeres. And telomeres are the strands at the end of your DNA. And it's a bit like a wire. When you strip back wire, you've got all these single pieces of wire strands. That's like DNA. And so the telomeres are protected, and they over a period of time where they'd normally shorten through good nutrients and this good complex, they don't. They stay as they should, and they preserve for a longer period of time. It's got a good spectrum of whole foods, wild berry, cranberry, part cherry, all those good woman-supporting herbs. Frucordian. It's got frucordian. Now, that's an algae. Now, there's been a lot of research done on frucordian, and Australia, the Tasmanian University in Australia, have just recently released a report. You can Google it, and they show you the marvellous anti-cancer properties of frucordian and how it works in reversing and helping with cancer. It's a great report. Just Google it, and that's the Tasmanian University. It's also got, again, that telomere support. It's got some really a good way of some herbal blends, so some botanicals. Zilifest is a really good herb we use as a medical herbalist to help with flushes and women sort of going through that cycle. But yeah, so it's a really good blend. You can see that this is not just the standard supplement. And of course, when we're dealing with women's issues, it's not just about hormone balancing, it's also about blood sugar balancing. So you might be looking for the healthy sugar pack or adding sweeties, or you might need to add in the glucogenics, because blood sugar balancing is very important. So you might need to add this to the side. Okay, so the glucogenics is like our Rolls Royce in blood sugar regulation. The next step up from sweeties. It's an advanced technology helping promote and regulate good blood sugar regulation. This unique combination of botanicals, minerals, and antioxidants help break down the carbohydrates and transport glucose to where they need to be used for energy. We've got the sweeties, same deal. This is more the targeting more vanadium chromium, where the glucogenics is also targeting metabolism, hunger. So this is probably stage one. Glucogenics is more the Rolls Royce. They both support blood sugars. They're both giving you extra vanadium and chromium, because if we can balance blood sugars, in turn we balance hormones, in turn we get a healthy body. And of course, we talked about Immortalium. If your budget allows, extra Immortalium. This is a great product for rejuvenating the body and the mind and the soul. Just a quick rundown. It's our anti-aging product. It helps return back time. It's got the frucordian in there, and it helps protect those telomeres. Of course, weight management is also an issue when it comes to women's health, not just women's, for all health, but women's is our talk tonight. So women's health, and of course you can't go past the Youngevity Healthy Weight Loss product. Again, we work on that 90 for life philosophy first. We match our product to our health challenge, but moving forward, once we've dealt with our main health challenge, and we want to start looking at more weight management, and we've ticked off all the other boxes, well then we can look at introducing things like ASAP, as slim as possible. Or actually what it is these days, it's Rev, isn't it? It's my old slide, Rev. and Rev just helps metabolize and helps rebalance those blood sugars. So another product you can incorporate as a healthy woman support system. And of course, so now we roll into the essential oils. So today we're going to be talking about 3 sets of oils. So every month we're going to talk about the Youngevity oil of the month. And this month we're celebrating women. And so there are 3 herbs we're going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about the rosehip, the clary sage, and the XY blend. And for more of this, I'm now going to be switching over, stop my screen and switch over to the other girl. So let's just go stop sharing. Galaxy View. And Sam. Can I bring in Sam? I've unmuted you, Sam.
Hi, everyone. My name's Sam, and I'm part of the Aroma Share family. The Aroma Share Club was actually created by Leanne and Kent King to bring essential oils to everyone like you and me. Leanne is a certified master aromatherapist. She's based in the US, splitting her time between Utah and Missouri. She has 30 years plus of teaching about health and essential oils, and she is our mentor. That's Sally, Sally and Karen, who are helping me out tonight. We're all 3 of us sharing in presenting this month's May Aroma Share, which in the bag, as Kevin said, is the rosehip oil, the clary sage, and the XY blend. Okay, now Leanne has started up an Applied Aromatic Institute, and that's what Sally and Karen and myself are a part of. We're students of Leanne. And Leanne's word to her students are, I've done the work and the research for you. Now you can learn my secrets, the science, the magic, and the beauty of the 12 body systems combined with essential oil, herbs, and dynamic blending, all from the comfort of your home, your own home, or your office. And that's what we do. We do it from home. So let's start with I'm sharing on the rosehip oil tonight. So it's not an essential oil, it's a carrier oil. And Leanne says it's the deal of the century. It's an investment, a precious commodity, because this oil is excellent for your body, your skin, and overall health. Now, how many of you have been in the garden and you've been walking past a rose bush and you see the bulb with the little seeds? Well, that's where the rosehip comes from, is those little seeds. And it's cold pressed and made into this lovely liquid, which is reddy orange. And so it's cold pressed, meaning it's squished and ground to an extract, and then the oil's there for us to use. The rosehip oil from these seeds is hugely nutritious. It's super off the chart with vitamin C, vitamin A, and F. It's very antioxidant, full of essential fatty acids. Because of the vitamin C and the vitamin A, we must keep, once you've opened it, you've got to refrigerate it, because Leanne just stresses, put it in the fridge. And when you're not using it, it's a delicate creature, so that's why you've got to take care of it. Rosehip oil is an additive carrier oil. So as a rule, you would mix it with a base oil. So you'd have a bottle this size. You'd take a couple of tablespoons of rosehip and mix it with either kukui or jojoba. And then you'd mix the 2 in the bottle, and then you could use that. But I'll let my other 2 colleagues talk about how you could, some recipes using the rosehip and the clary sage and the XY blend. Now, because of the essential fatty acid, it's great for correcting your dark spots. So can you see my dark spots? It helps with your body to produce collagen. Who doesn't need collagen in the skin? and which helps keep your skin younger. And who doesn't want to be younger as you're getting a little bit older in years? Because of this essential fatty acid, it's great for correcting those dark spots on your skin, aging spots, also great for hydrating, and especially if you've got itchy or dry skin. So vitamin F is responsible for the cell membrane tissue regeneration, so it's great for scarring, for stretch marks, and who hasn't had stretch marks when they've had babies? Okay, and acne scars. Vitamin C is high, it's got a high concentration. It helps your body produce that collagen, which makes your skin younger. Vitamin A helps with those age spots. So rosehip oil is great for any kind of skin issues such as eczema, psoriasis, scarring, rosacea. So you can actually put rosehip into your shampoo and make a scalp oil with it, and that will help with dry scalp. Now, the high concentration of vitamin C also helps with the absorption of iron. Now, who knew that? This is something a lot of people suffer from, you know, a lack of iron, but they just don't realise it, and they're tired all the time. They find it hard to get up and go, so if there's an iron deficiency. So taking all the iron in the world is not going to give you or help you, your body. So it doesn't have a sufficient amount of vitamin C to absorb the iron. And here's another awesome thing about rosehip oil, is that if you don't care about your skin and you're suffering from inflammation or arthritis, this is a great oil to have. This is a great oil. You drop a couple of, what you would do is, actually before I tell you what you can do, Leanne talked about the University of Michigan in 2015. They put a paper out about arthritis and inflammation, and it helped people when they use this oil. So I highly recommend it. And the rosehip is considered a dry oil. So if you're going to use it for putting it on your skin, that's okay, but it absorbs really quickly. So what you would do is put it with another carrier oil, kukui or jojoba. You'd mix it, and then you could use it as a massage because it will have that glide. But if you just put it on your skin, it will just go, if you just use rosehip, it'll just go absorb straight in, and you won't get any glide at all. But you want to make sure that you use that rosehip to the best that you can, because it's a really good product to have in your arsenal of essential oils and trying to make yourself younger, get rid of the age spots, the scarring. Who doesn't want to use this to make that skin? I could do with a few wrinkles gone, so yes. Anyway, you would apply that 2 times a day, and it doesn't, if you're out in the sun, it doesn't protect you from sunburn. Well, we haven't got that problem here in New Zealand because it's our winter. Another great thing, using it alone, is high in antioxidant. It's an immune stimulant, and so it helps your system if you're going to catch a cold. Anyway, that's me in a nutshell with the rosehip oil for this month for celebrating women. I'm going to hand you on to my counterpart, Sally Muir, and she'll be able to tell you all about, I'll let her tell you what it is.
I've done it. Hi guys, so tonight I'm talking about clary sage, and so clary sage is an oil that when you're thinking of women's issues, clary sage is it. It's something that you can use through from the beginning of a girl coming into being a woman through to having babies through to menopause. So and how it helps is it brings things back into balance. So things like PMS and cramping and hot flushes, and mood as well. So it's an oil that balances mood as well as hormones. So it's got lots of different properties that enable this. And some of the properties being it's antibacterial, so you can use it on cuts and scratches, and it's anticonvulsant, so it helps with seizures. It's antidepressant, which is how it can help with your mood, with hormones, and that's for both men and women. It's an aphrodisiac, so it balances libido as well. It's astringent, so it will tighten tissue, so that's why it's great for your skin. It's a carminative, which helps relieve gas. So that's great for babies with colic. You can mix it with a little bit of oil and rub it on their bellies or on their foot, as well as adults and horses. Leanne spoke about using it mixed with lavender on horses. It's also cicatrisant, which means that it promotes wound and scar healing. So it reduces them forming and also the appearance of them once they do form. It's been used for stretch marks. So you can mix it with the lovely rosehip and use it on your stretch marks, either from forming or from after you've lost weight. Pregnant women can use it as well. You can make an awesome belly oil, but this is only to be used once she's due to have baby. We do it at the herbal shop. So you're mixing about 10 drops into 100 mils and give it a good shake, and mum can apply that on your belly a couple times a day, and that'll help bring on labour. What else? Also helps regulate menstruation. It's hypotensive, so it lowers blood pressure, and it's toning. So another way you can use it is take our plant-derived minerals, the plain ones, and 50 to 100 mils, put in 3 to 6 drops. Give it a good shake, really good shake, and you can mist that on your face twice a day. And the other thing that it helps with as well, if you're finding that you're not getting what you thought out of your osteo, i.e. the calcium, so you're not relaxing as much, your blood pressure is high, or varicose veins, you can put a bit on the bottom of your foot and it'll help you absorb your osteo better. That's it for me. Hope you guys will come back and keep joining in the Aroma Share Talk. We hope it'll get better. And next, anyway, is Karen. Come in, Karen.
I was talking away and just realised my mute was on. Right, thanks, Sally. Now, I'm just going to briefly go through the XY blend. Now, this is a blend that was formulated to balance hormones in men as well as women. And it's especially great for teenagers who are going through hormonal changes. The XY blend has five key emotions, and they are defectiveness, keeps you balanced, clarity, faithful, and strengthened. And the key body systems is that XY blend affects the nervous, endocrine, and reproductive systems. So XY blend comprises of 7 different essential oils, hence why it's called the blend. And I'll quickly just go through what they are. The first one is, it's got bergamot, which is, this oil is great for emotional support, anxiety, depression, and PMS. It actually has a nice citrus scent to this one. And cedarwood. Now, I usually use this oil to get rid of ants and other insects, but I didn't realise that it was actually part of the XY blend, because it's great for calming the nerves. And clary sage, which Sally has already gone through that just now, so I won't go any further on that one. Lavender is in it, and lavender is great for your skin, but it's also good for emotional support. Once again, hormonal issues, depression, headaches, migraines. Sweet orange, or orange sweet, whoever they call it. It's just, this is another emotional aid oil. But this also is great for thyroid, the lymphatic system, and also weight loss. And patchouli, that, like clary sage, is an aphrodisiac oil, and it's also great for fungal infections, skin issues, wrinkles, weight loss. But the reason it is part of the XY blend is because it acts as an antidepressant. And lastly is petitgrain, and this oil is great for panic attacks, anxiety, depression, and insomnia. So as you can see, we have a range of oils that can support our mental clarity and balances us out, which is why this makes a great blend for those issues. And it just saves you from having to have all those single oils on you. You just grab the XY blend, and you can use it all day. And the oil is not recommended for people for kids under the age of 5, and so therefore should not be used if you are pregnant. Right, there are different ways of using this oil. You can add it to Dead Sea salts and use it in your bath. You can also, I'll just show you, use it in a diffuser. Okay, but I would only, and Leanne would say that you would only recommend 15 minutes at a time, sort of every 2 hours through the day. And Youngevity has this lovely diffuser. And but like most oils, it can be harmful to pets. Just make sure it's not going to, your pets aren't around the whole time it's going to be on. And you can breathe it in. And what I mean by that is you can rub it in your hands, and then just don't put it right up your nose. Just put it just out a bit, and you can breathe it in. That's another good way of doing it. And you can rub it on with a carrier oil like CN cream, and rub it on the affected areas. And normally I would say you can just put it on the bottom of your feet like most oils, but in this particular case, Leanne actually says to put it on the inside of your ankle, because it's that's actually the level where your reproduction organs are connected to in your body. It's inside of your ankle there. But I actually also use an XY blend. You could do the same. You can actually put it in a little necklace here. One of our Aroma, and we get this through the Aroma, through Youngevity. So you just stick it on there on the little pad, and you can sort of smell it through the day. If you're suddenly feeling balanced or unbalanced, anxiety, you just sniff your oil, and yeah. So, and also, so my cat's start wanting to go. XY blend comes in a roller bottle as well, so you can just carry it in your bag each day and just roll it on you. But it's also part of the essential oils Create a Perfect Day. Okay, so it actually does come with this, which you can get out of the Youngevity office, and that's all the other. And this is actually complements what we're talking about today, because as soon as you get up in the morning, you're using Organ Master, and then going right through to at night, where they've actually got one actually called Good Night, which you put on your feet before you go to bed. So this is a great balancing one throughout the day. So that's where that one comes from anyway. And just to close, there is a recipe you can use for your hair. It's called a Hair Luster and Growth Serum. And you just get the rosehip oil with the XY blend, and you put it with another carrier like jojoba, kukuki oil, apricot, or castor oil. I would either rub it in your fingers or put it in a dropper bottle, so you can use it so many different times. And you just rub it in your scalp and through your hair, wash it out in an hour, or you can actually sleep on it at night, and then in the morning when you get up, just wash it out. And even men can try it. You never know, your hair might grow back or something. You just don't know. Can't guarantee that though. But anyway, those recipes also come in the Aroma Share. So when you get your Aroma Share pack, you should have, because I know I got my April one today, and it came with the recipes in it. So if it isn't, you can get it in the back office under resources. So that's me. Over to you, Kevin.
Oh, appreciate that, Karen. Thank you very much for that. That's so good. Oh, well, if that's what we're going to be being treated with every single month, this is going to be awesome. Awesome. And so the idea now is we're sharing the aromatherapy pack based on the previous month. And so here we are, the first Tuesday of the month. We've entered June, but we're doing the May talk. And that's to allow people to get their auto ships in, and so they can have their oils in front of them when we do our talk, rather than anticipating what's coming. Okay, so we encourage you to get onto the auto ship, get it onto one of your auto ships. The Aroma Share, it's a great club. There's so much you can do with it. So over the next coming months now, we'll share more and more about Aroma Share. And yeah, awesome. So we've come to the end of the hour. We'll leave the phones open for a little bit. Do we have any Q&A? Anybody who have any questions? So if you have a question, can you please unmute yourself? And when you've asked your question, can you please remute yourself?
Hi, ladies. I can't find the rosehip oil in the shop. Where would I get that?
Michelle, that's all part of your Aroma Share. That's when you get Aroma Share. This is something unique to Aroma Share. You can't actually buy it as of this moment. They might bring it out further down the track, but at the moment, any of these oils you cannot buy. Any of the carry oils, sorry, the carry oils like the rosehip, you can't. Some of them you can, but just not rosehip. That makes sense?
Yeah. So what is that coming up in June, is it?
No. No, in June is the avocado oil, man up, coriander and black spruce.
Right. So how would you access the rosehip oil?
I would just call into the office and ask them when will it be available to purchase.
Oh, okay.
The uniqueness of the Aroma Share Club is to have blends and oils that aren't available to anybody else, and that's the uniqueness of the club. And so we're promoting the club because people can see some really unique oils that have come through. We've got some here which cocoa, just smells like coffee, or smells like chocolate, or all these different things, abnormal things you wouldn't see normally, especially if you're using them for perfumes and that. So we're just going to highlight each month in arrears. So if you wish to get involved, there's a link. I think it was up one of my screens. If you go to Youngevity's back office in their resource centre, so I think it's called youngevityRC.com, and you click on the Aroma Share, you can get their calendar, you can print their calendar off and you can see what's coming. If not, you can always send us a text in the WhatsApp, and we'll be more than happy to share any information on this. Any other questions?
I was just going to say to Michelle, if she wants to guarantee that she gets her oils, she should go onto auto ship with her oil. And that way you're going to guarantee you're going to get it. But you could ring up the office and see if they've got any May left.
Okay, thanks, Karen.
So at the end of each month, there's a small amount of, I believe, Aroma shares left. And so once they've gone, they've gone. So I think once we've highlighted what's available, then I think for the next couple of days, if there are any available, they'll be picked up pretty quickly. So I think there will be a small opportunity at the beginning of every month for the previous month. Does that make sense? Okay. Any other questions there?
I just had one question. I just wanted to ask with regards to the hormone balancing. What happens when somebody's had either one or more ovaries removed, so they're no longer producing that? Like, how does it get balanced out?
Is that a question for me, or is that a question for the aromatherapy pills?
No, that was for you, Kevin, with regards to the hormone balance, program that you were talking about before.
When the body has been distressed and stressed where things have been removed, it's no longer a natural cause, and so the body is going to go into some form of rebalance. We'll need to help it on its way, obviously, but depending on what's been removed or what's happened, or will depend on how we treat it. And we tend to treat other stuff, or I would call abnormal stuff, herbally. And so as a practitioner, we have a great array of herbs and oils, of course, that will work in those areas. As far as Youngevity is concerned, the role of Youngevity is to help balance normal. And so we talk about degenerative diseases where lifestyle has played a huge role in how things get out of balance. And that's the 90 for life, basically, in itself. It helps bring things in balance when it goes out of balance. I know it doesn't quite answer your question properly, Natalie, but because we don't technically, we deal with health challenges, I really can't answer it in a cleaner way. Does that make sense, Natalie? Thumbs up. Yeah. And then that's what it is. We get asked so many times about health challenges, and health challenges, they're medical terms, and we balance the system. When operations have been involved, or where there's been a car accident or surgery, when things have been physically removed, the body goes into a different zone or a different set of complications, and that's not natural. And so we talk about degenerative diseases where the body is just missing an element and it started to age quicker. And so when we see other health challenges caused through external forces, well, then there are other things that we have to look at. Okay, any other question?
In reply to Natalie, though, taking the products is not going to, there's no ovaries, it's not going to hinder anyone taking products.
No, all we're going to do is feed what's there and how what she has got balance better. That's all we can do is the systems that are still in place, that they work to their utmost efficiency. And so that's what we're aiming for. And how do we do that? By making sure that the gland or whatever's involved is got enough nutrients go into it, making sure that the circulation happening, making sure that the nutrients are correct for what that particular gland needs, or that hormone is what's required. Okay. Well, guys, we've had a good turnout today. We had over 20 odd people, 25 people on here today. So thanks so much for supporting us. There was a really great number one for us. So thanks, Sam, for all your effort, help putting this together. Same with Karen. Really appreciate putting it all together in Australia for us, and my lovely Sally for your work and helping coordinate. So this is going to be a regular event, and stay tuned. Watch Sally and Sam and Karen more on our Southern Crusaders channel. Stay tuned for next time. Thanks, guys.
Hey,